Hi, I'm Courtney Oberhensley, and this is Draw With Me. It's autumn, and I think about the native peoples of this Great Basin region, the Paiute. They would go pine nut hunting. The pine nut was one of their food staples. It's high in protein and delicious. I love to go pine nut hunting. Our family would go up in the mountains. We would hike. You could hear the wind in the pine trees and the beautiful blue sky. I was always looking for the mythic pine tree, though. And one year we actually found it. The tree was huge and the pine nuts were humongous. It was wonderful, but I'll bet we could never find that same tree again. Well, today, in honor of our friends and family members who are Paiute, we're celebrating the pine nut. So grab your paper and pen and let's get started. First thing that I'm going to have you do is put your hand on your paper and with a pencil draw the outline. I've already done it to save some time, but you can pause the video and go ahead and trace your own hand. It's like it's holding something. So I'm just drawing back around what I had already traced with my own hand. The great thing about something like your hand or your foot is, you've got it right there to practice. You can just look at it, see exactly what it looks like, and you should do that. Okay, now a few other things to put in here. First off, I'm going to put the pine nuts in the hand here. Just a group of pine nuts. Just admiring the pine nuts that we found. All right. Okay, kind of showing where some of the joints are here. Like I said, put your hand up there and use it for guidance. Okay, good. Now let's see the thumb there, and let's see, I guess there's sort of some lines like that, and let's see at the wrist, it's gonna kind of comes like this, got some lines there. And I don't know, some other lines. Just like I said, use your hand to look at to kind of guide you. Okay. All right. Well, that looks like a hand definitely holding a bunch of pine nuts, and that's okay. One other thing, probably put a little bit of the nail that we can see there. Okay. All right. So we're going to be drawing a pine cone, but it doesn't really look like maybe a pine cone you're used to seeing. An open pinion pine cone kind of looks like a flower, and it's much more rounded than you might expect, or than a lot of the pine cones that you would see. But so it kind of looks like a flower that we're drawing here, but this is a pinyon pine cone. And you can see these areas where the pine nut came out of. Okay, maybe let's see one more right there that we can see. Okay, now we're going to draw what the branches and the needles kind of look like. If you're from the East and you get Christmas trees, you are probably used to a very soft pine needle. Pinyon pines are not like that. The needles are very sharp. So we always get poked when we're decorating the Christmas tree. And when you go up to get a tree in the mountains, you're definitely going to want to wear gloves, or if you're pine nut hunting. These are very sharp. And they're very stiff needles as well. I love to be up in the mountains and hear the wind, because there's always some wind going on, but the wind in the pine trees, the sound of it is so pretty. I love it. Here in Nevada, we go and cut our own Christmas tree. You have to get a permit to do it through the BLM. And we go and get our own tree. And it's a wonderful day up in the mountains. Snow usually, which is great. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky getting up in the mountains with all the snow, but we love it. All right, now I'm going to draw another pine cone here from the side. And like I said, it's a little bit more rounded than some of the pine cones you might be used to seeing. How is everyone doing with the COVID pandemic right now? Our area has shut down again because cases are on the rise. Hearing the numbers feels so sad for so many families in this country who have lost people to the pandemic. So many lives lost. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to pine nut hunting and pine nuts. And if you enjoyed this, would you please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Courtney Oberhansley, and follow the Draw With Me Courtney Oberhansley Facebook page. I would love to see your drawings. There will also be, in the week after, the Draw With Me in color of this pine nut hunting adventure. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.